Oklahoma State offensive coordinator Todd Monken having a great time up in Stillwater, and why not? The Cowboys get a 36-14 win over Texas Christian. Surprisingly easy in the return of Wes Lunt at quarterback. Meanwhile, Notre Dame heads down to Norman and gets the 30-13 win over the Sooners. Oklahoma now 1-9 against Notre Dame all time. Speaking of 9, it's week 9 of The Quest, sponsored by Call Okie. I'm your host, Damon Fontenot, and I'll be leading the way as we dig down the week's best play, as voted by you, the viewers, every Monday through Wednesday here on News OK. To be honest, the Sooners didn't have a lot of highlights in their much-anticipated game against the Fighting Irish, but I had to come up with something. So in at number 4 for the week is Unstoppable Force. So while the play itself was not all that remarkable, the fact that OU was able to run the ball into the end zone at all against the Irish is really the story here. 7 games in, Notre Dame's defense had proved to be an immovable object. At the goal line, at least, no team had scored a rushing TD on the Irish until the Belldozer plowed its way in from 1 yard out to tie the score at 13 with 9:10 remaining in the game. That came immediately after a Blake Bell pass, nonetheless. But of course, things went south from there. Of course, center Gabe Eichert had a tough night with 2 errant snaps. Here's what he said at Gabe Eichert: "I thought this night couldn't get any worse, but then I was just notified that at James Harden 13 was traded. Are you kidding me?" That went down in the 4th quarter of that game. The beard was sheared and headed out to Houston. Meanwhile, things went swimmingly for the Cowboys up in Stillwater. Even though a great halfback pass for a touchdown by Joseph Randall was called back, there were still some entertaining plays. One of them comes in at number 3, play called One More Score. Things started off slowly for the Pokes as they fell behind 14-0 in the first quarter. But what did you expect? True freshman quarterback Wes Lunt had missed 6 weeks of action with that ugly injury to his left knee. No matter. By the 3rd quarter, the kid with a cannon for an arm is back on the saddle. Here, Lunt finds who else? Charlie Moore for the 20-yard touchdown. Moore's become a staple on the Quest as of late. It's his 3rd straight game with a touchdown, a catch of at least 20 yards. Lunt was okay in his return, completing 18 of 33 passes, 324 yards, with 1 interception. So the top 2 plays remain, and we're about to find out who got tricked and who gets the treat. That is being named the week's top play on the Quest. Well, when you lose the football game, usually it reflects in the voting, and it did this week, as in at number 2 is Saunders' sudden impact. We should have known something was up when Bob Stoops tried to get junior transfer Jalen Saunders eligible to play this season after he transferred from Fresno State. It was a good reason. Jalen Saunders is really, really good. Lightning quick and able to find open space in the middle of the field. The 5'9", 160-pound speedster is reminding a lot of people of a guy named Ryan Broyles. Tends to happen when you catch 15 passes for 181 yards, including a record 8 passes in the first quarter. So what's his quarterback, Lyndon Jones, have to say about it?
Yeah, he's just another one of the guys that can make plays, you know. The receiver position for this year have been really deep, and been fortunate enough to play a lot of guys in different positions. And I think Jalen's just going to continue to move and continue to do a lot of good things through this offense.
So we reach the week's top play on this Halloween edition of The Quest, but remember, could be something scary lurking in your very own backyard. So call before you dig. Dial up Call Okie at 811 and avoid making a mistake that could haunt you for years to come. The unquestionable winner this week with exactly 600 votes and 49% is called the fumble that no one wanted. Poor little guy. It was midway through the 4th quarter when Nigel sped into the backfield and knocked the ball out of the hand of TCU quarterback Tavone Boykin. No one knew for sure whether it was an incomplete pass or a fumble, so the lonely little football sat patiently on the ground, waiting for someone to pick it up while Nicholas danced a little, briefly celebrated with teammates. From the Poke's sideline suggested someone, for the love of all that's orange, pick it up. Nicholas jumped on it, returned it 22 yards before being taken down. Here's what he told us about the play after.
Well, you know, first off, I just had to focus on getting a good get off. And when I actually did knock the ball out of his hands, I lost. You know, I didn't see where the ball went, so I started celebrating, man, Kevin Barnett, and I swore I heard Coach Gundy say, "Pick it up, pick it up." And I looked down, and I seen it, so I picked it up and took off running. I was too excited. I couldn't make a good move on the quarterback, but you know, turnover, that's pretty good in itself.
That is pretty good for a big guy. You can only take one step at a time. It's not a running back. It's not Joseph Randall. Come on now. How about what's coming up this week? 2 more games, thank goodness. No more of these little bye weeks. So let's take a look at what's coming up this schedule this Saturday night, or afternoon, or morning, I should say. Number 12, Oklahoma finally gets to play in the daylight at Iowa State. That's 11 a.m. in Ames, Iowa. It'll be a little chilly up there, I gotta think. Then number 24, Oklahoma State. Yes, they're ranked. They play number 2, Kansas State. See how this turns out. 7 o'clock Saturday night in Manhattan, Kansas. That one, well, it could be a good one, or who knows? That's why they play the game. Anyway, we've seen what people have to say. We've seen what Gabe Eichert tweeted. What do you have to say? If you have anything to tell us, any kind of tweets, yeah, let's just stick to tweets or Facebook messages. You can get a hold of us at @the_Quest and at Highlight Genesis, or on our Facebook page, Use OK Sports Facebook page. What else do you want me to say there? Remember to vote on the top play every Monday through Wednesday, then check back right here on Thursday, see if your favorite play wins on the Quest.